Okay, how to start weightlifting and the basics of it. I want to make this nice, quick and easy. Well, I'll say quick, it's barely ever quick. Number one, progressive overload. In other words, increase your strength over time. It's really that simple. You're not going to see someone bench pressing 200 kg and have 10-inch arms. That's just ridiculous. That's not going to happen. So just increase your strength over time. And this doesn't just apply to the beginners, because a lot of people that are intermediate, say they're bench pressing like 90 to 100 kg. Like our bench press 100 kg for like, I don't know, a few reps, which is decent, I guess. I don't know. And then, so I guess I could be intermediate, I don't know. So whatever, your opinion, man, your opinion. So anyway, to get into it, a lot of people are at the intermediate stage. They think, okay, I've got some decent results now, and they stop tracking their stuff. They just do the same weight every single time, like social crews in the gym, you know. It's doing the same weight all the time, and like it's been 5 years and they look the same. So yeah, even if you're intermediate and you're watching this, remember to keep increasing the weight as much as you can. Every time you go to the gym, increase the weight just by a tiny bit, or increase your reps a bit. So yeah, that's step number one, increase your strength and progressive overload. Okay, so number two is volume. Volume is the primary driver to hypertrophy gains. One of them gains. If you didn't know, volume is sets times reps. For example, you're not going to do biceps, like do one set of 1 rep and expect good hypertrophy gains. It's not going to happen. You have to have a decent amount of volume. If you haven't already, I've made a video on how many sets you should do to maximize muscle gains, so go check that out on the channel. But despite that, you need to have a good amount of volume, like I've said about 5 times. So I'll give you a split personally that I follow, and I think it's actually one of the best splits that I've personally followed so far. So legs, push, pull. Basically I do power building. So on legs, leg day, I'll do back squat, front squat, then I'll do the isolation movements like leg extensions, hamstring curl. So I'm doing powerlifting, and then the second part of the workout is more bodybuilding style. But getting into more volume, so the powerlifting is more like, how can I say, fuck's sake man, I can't speak. 3 sets, and then the bodybuilding stuff might be more, or the same sets or more, but then a lot more reps. Like most of the time when I'm trying to do powerlifting exercises, I'm sticking in a 5 rep range. So yeah, volume is very important, and as well intensity, and I don't think I need to explain what intensity is, and also frequency. That's very important. That's why I also like that split. It's a good amount of volume, hits each muscle group twice a week, and frequency is insane. So yeah, I think that split's actually killer, to be honest. So far we have progression overload and a good amount of volume. When you have those two, there's just no way around it but to get gains. So let's move on to the next step now. Okay, so step number 3 is diet. Remember, you can't out-train a bad diet, and I hope my camera's not gonna die, I swear. So okay, anyway, step number 3, you can't out-train a bad diet, for the second time. So hopefully it goes in your head. Think about it, you're not gonna, unless you're a beginner, you're not gonna make a lot of hypertrophy gains or even strength gains if you're in a caloric deficit. You need to eat in a caloric surplus, right? Or at least maintenance to maybe increase some strength, depending on how advanced you are. So make sure to eat in a caloric surplus if you want to gain some more muscle mass and increase your strength, which I'm sure is your goal. If you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit, and that's going to be a lot harder to increase your strength, but that's just another video. So remember, diet. Also, step number 4 is sleep. You need to get very good recovery. Sleep about 8 to 9 hours. But again, this depends on the individual. Sometimes you can sleep like 6 hours and you still feel good and recover, but you know, 8 to 9 hours is probably the basic, that applies to the masses. So far we've had progression overload, volume, diet and sleep. So that is about the most important things I personally think to start weight training. And another one, some bonus one, and this is so important. So I can't speak, man. Step number 6 is adherence. So just like how you can stick to it, right? You don't want to like make a training program like push pull legs or something 6 days a week and you know you can't sustain it. It's not worth it. If you know you can't sustain it, if you only got time, but don't start giving an excuse that you don't have time. If you literally don't have time, you can only go to the gym 3 times a week, do full body splits. Just do what you can, as long as you stick to it. Consistency is the key to success and results. Trust me on this. You're not going to see someone getting results if they go to the gym, say 6 times a week, and then in another month's time they go then. It's just not going to go. It's not going to work like that. So consistency is very important. But besides that, let's move on to the bonus round, and I'll tell you how I train, if you want to know that. Okay, so I hope you're still watching it to this point. If you do, respect to you. I hope you're finding this informative. Okay, so how I train. Basically the battery just dies like it always does. But normally, I do power building. So I do the powerlifting lifts first. So bench press, squat, deadlift. So I'll give you an example. For example, on legs, I do back squat, then front squat, then the isolation stuff. On the push day, I do bench press, then overhead press, then the isolations. On pull day, I do deadlifts, rows, then pull-ups. There you go. Rows and pull-ups aren't the powerlifting, but deadlifts, squats, and bench. So all the compounds first, and then the isolation, right? That's how I train. So I'm increasing the strength on the big body movements, and then on the isolation movements, I have my muscle connection. I'm really concentrating on it. And I'm actually trying to emphasize this as much as I can, because I'm not just pumping out reps. I'm literally going, not even closing my eyes sometimes, as gay as it looks, but who cares? So that's basically how I train. I train power building style, so powerlifting, increasing my strength, and then after I've done the compound lifts or the power lifts and powerlifting lifts, then I do the isolation lifts. So best of both worlds, right? I don't think as a natural, I do think this is the best way to train personally, because you're optimizing your strength and then you're doing bodybuilding. So anyway, so you're getting the volume in, right? So I hope this video wasn't all over the place. It probably was by the sounds of it, but I hope you found it informative, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting videos lately. Forgive me for that. I'll try and post as much as I can. But anyway, as always, stay consistent in your training. That's the most important. And then stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.